Dibbs right freaking now.
You have no reason to be nervous. None whatsoever. And I'm going to tell you why in one word.
And what's that word?
Dibbs.
First Dibbs question of the day is sponsored by Tire Depot, just off Route 6 in Bristol. That's right, people. Bad weather is just around the corner. Don't let it sneak up on you. They got Cooper Tires. They got Michelin. They got BF Goodrich. They got Hankook. Go down there. See Tony and his team of experts. They're going to fit it right to your car. If anything happens, they're going to take it back and fix it for free. So go see Tony down at Tire Depot. And if you can't get there just off Route 6 in Bristol, go to TireDepotCT.com. Was Bryan Abreu's hit by pitch intentional last night?
That's last night.
Last night, not the other. Not Game 5.
This is HBP Part 2.
He was allowed to pitch because he's serving his 2-game suspension next year.
Oh, how convenient. And how convenient that it was Garver, bottom of the order, a guy that the pitching staff's not going to run out of the bullpen for. If there's a fight of any kind. I just thought this was the cheekiest move, total Astro move. When you know you're going to lose, you know you're suspended for next year, you might as well hit a guy that nobody cares about because you're not going to get retaliated against. This was some Bush League stuff. Totally intentional, Dibbs. That's what I say.
Listen, I couldn't agree with you more. I thought the first one was intentional. That was intentional. But again, it's like being a disruptor or being like the goon in hockey. You have a role. And sometimes it's to disrupt the flow of the game and the mentality. These guys are on a roll. I'd rather have them upset with me, lose their minds. That's how they won Game 5. They're losing, and I don't want to say I don't like momentum. But when all of a sudden things are going your way, you want to try to slow the game down. You don't want them to just step in the box and hit, or a pitcher that's doing really well. You want to step out and you want to upset their flow of the game, and that's exactly what they did. And this is a guy that's saying, listen, this is out of hand. I'm gonna try and make this and try to galvanize us. It's a last-ditch effort, and it failed miserably. And that's why it's more enjoyable for what the Rangers are doing right now and to see the Astros lose on their own field, letting the Rangers celebrate on their field. I thought it was awesome. It's no choice. So and at that point now, Bochy's message was whatever they do, because this would be my message, whatever they do, it doesn't matter. If we're winning, let's win the game. We can take care of business next year when we play them. But our goal right now is to get to the World Series, and we can laugh about that while we're drinking champagne and stuff after the game.
I was somewhat surprised by the no reaction of the Texas Rangers because, I agree with you, and they probably said that, but they had to have said that before this incident ever came up.
But you already knew that. Game. Like I said, Chris Young said he's never heard anybody booed as loud as Garcia's the one who wore 99. He got 99 in the ribs. I'd be ticked too. First of all, for people that never had to stand there and hit off guys throwing that hard, I had to face Nolan Ryan my rookie year. He's throwing in the mid to upper 90s.
Oh, thank you.
And I had to bunt off of him. And as a left-handed hitter, I was scared to death.
I would be.
When you're hit, and I understand this, and I didn't hit a lot of guys in my career, but I know by buzzing them and throwing it up under their chin that it scares them. And so anything that's thrown that hard, any projectile, it's going to, get an adrenaline rush going. It's going to make you nervous. And Adalis said that. He said he was kind of shocked at first. He wasn't mad. He was more scared. And those guys get scared. Now, over time in the last 20 years, now anytime somebody throws inside, it's you're personally attacking me. It's not a character assassination. This is I'm trying to win the game, and if I got to get your head out of your space and gain an edge into your space, that's my job. And so this guy, I think Abreu is one of the best young relievers. I'm sure at the end of the day, he doesn't care about his reputation. He cares about, I'm trying to still win this game.
I was surprised because Garver wears this right in the cage, right in the rib cage. He tries backing up and doing the whole Olay and basically trying to make his body move with keeping his arms out there, exposing his ribs.
But it's
right
also Abreu can now say, listen, this one got away from me. You
But
know, I
even
mean,
if-
he's already lost his appeal, but in a sense of in some of these minds, and I can't be in his mind because I'm a crazy person in my own mind. They're always thinking of the net. There were so many times I pitched in a blowout game, up 10 or down 10 runs, and the only thing I thought about was striking out the side, so that the next time they face me, that's what they remember. And this is something where he's probably saying they'll remember that more so than anything else that I did, even hitting Garcia, which nobody's ever going to forget that on the Rangers.
But the other thing, too, of just Abreu not getting punished for this, I can't think in my mind if I'm a Texas Ranger that we're going to the World Series. And if I am Garcia, even Garcia watching Garver, the guy right behind me, get plunked, for everyone just to sit there and expect it and then be cool with it was just odd for me for seeing the Texas Rangers. Because if you know, hey, man, we can go and we can beat this dude up, and Commissioner's not going to suspend us for the World Series. If he does, oh, my gosh, all of our hairs would be on fire if that were to happen. In the media, for the Rangers, Major League Baseball, I was just shocked that there was no immediate reaction from Garver even. Garver sits there, he wears it, he sucks it up for about 4 or 5 minutes, and he walks to first base. I was just, from what we have seen between these two teams all year, what we saw in Game 5, what happened there last night, who the characters are, knowing this, no suspension, I was shocked to not see any fireworks.
Have you seen the hit Kareem Jackson did on the tight end from the green? It's so cheap, it's just disgusting. Well, again, this is what happened. And the Rangers chose not to react. They'll react at a later date, but they knew it was coming. When you know something's coming and you're like,
not shocked.
Not shocked. But that's not what we're not about this right now, and we're certainly not going to brawl over it. Let's just, it didn't hurt that bad, and I'm not going to let it show maybe till after the game. I'm sure it didn't hurt when they were drinking champagne and laughing about the Astros. When we come back,